So this is vlog 31. I have a few minutes until my food is here, so I figured I would just squeeze this in because I also have therapy in like 12 minutes. Haven't been feeling that well. Uh, Kind of also just feeling down on myself a little bit because I just haven't been disciplined enough with the pacing and the not doing things. I'm just uh, doing too much. Basically, that's just all it really is. Comes down to I really need to prioritize a little better or a lot better, and just hold myself accountable to it like I did the first year, and that's what kind of got me better. And I don't know if it's going to work again, but it led to improved outcomes. Anyways, this is going to be about being stuck in the anger stage of grief. There's five stages to dealing with grief, and anger is one of them. And I've been in that one in perpetuity, uh, much like this illness. And that makes sense. It's a chronic illness. Why wouldn't it? The grief cycle just never end, right? And why wouldn't you just be sort of have proclivities or uh, maybe some preoccupation with one of them? I know some people on the CFS Reddit are just still in kind of denial about it. You see it all the time. Well, they'll say things like, "Even I've gaslit myself into believing I don't have this illness," or something like that. But mine's more like I'm just completely irritated by this illness and the limitations it puts on you, and how unfair it is. Obviously, that's a big one. I think. Also, the fact that it it takes away everything, and I think that's um, not really hyperbolic. It literally takes, or if it doesn't take away everything, it strips everything of its joy and its or most of its joy, or it robs you of the thing, of what little humanity we even have under the society to begin with. It takes your dignity away from you. It takes away your dependence, your independence, and it makes you dependent on a lot of people and and things and systems that you otherwise may not need or want to be a part of. So it takes away your ability to associate in a at least a quasi free manner. Um, I think things that have angered me is that no one has really ever once said to me, "Is there anything I could do for you?" You you kind of it's unearthed. Well, not I wouldn't say that is entirely true of everyone, but it's been in the main. So I have a good friend named Hal. I've been friends with since I was 18 when we first went to college, and he's been. We've talked pretty frequently, almost every single day for the last, oh God, 13, 14 years or something. Um, and I visited him, several times, or a lot of times actually, until I got sick, and then the pandemic. And he's asked, how am I doing? Can I do anything, etc. So he's been very good with that, and I always appreciate that. So I don't think he watches my vlogs, but I always tell him anyway. But then there's like family members and other friends kind of disappointed that aren't as not attentive, but I mean, I guess it's okay to want those things. So angry at that, angry at mostly society, and obviously our government, which I despise in general. But I don't expect nothing of the government. So that's, but I'm still allowed to be angry at them. Angry at our medical system and establishment. Angry at my doctors for basically just giving up. I mean, I know they're limited in what they can do because of what they know, and the fact that we just don't know the, the the pathology of this illness. But at the same time, it's like to not even be interested. It's like kind of disheartening. I get angry with myself sometimes. Like today, I was pretty angry with myself because I just did too much again, and not learning my lesson from that. And there's anger and that derives from jealousy and envy as well. Because I feel like most of my friends or just the world just moves on without you, and so how do you get unstuck from all this? I don't know. When I was feeling better, obviously I was like a little bit less cognizant of it, but now that I'm feeling a little worse and I feel like I've regressed a little bit since last year, that the anger has crept back up again. Not like it was the first year. The first year was very, very awful with anger. So much so that's my second microwave. It's my second microwave, not because the first one shorted out, is because the chair I'm sitting in, I launched it across the room at my microwave. I mean, it just happened. Thankfully, hit the microwave and not the window. But yeah, I just launched it across the room. And I think I did that with a lot of things. I broke a lot of things the first year. That's my go-to, is to break shit. Old bad habit that I don't really do anymore because I realize I need those things. So then I get angry at myself for doing those stupid things and lashing out because I don't have that millisecond in my head where I go, maybe I shouldn't do this. So yeah, I'm not really a violent person, but I do lash out with things like that because it's frustrating. That's really frustration, I suppose, but it is derivative, at least, from anger, and because there's very few ways to manage it. The anger, it's because it's when you lose the dignifying aspects of yourself as a human being and as a person, as a member of society, et cetera, and so forth. As a relative, as a friend, as a whatever, in any capacity that you could think of, you're going to be angry about it, and rightfully so, because it's not. And also too, the knowledge that it's unlikely that you'll get it back without some sort of luck or miraculous intervention by the medical system of some sort, or so the odds are very slim. So that's also something to be angry about. It's it's like if someone said, well, you have cancer, but you have about a 5% chance of living. That's basically what it is with ME/CFS. It's terminal in not that you're going to die. It's terminal in that you're not going to live. That's something to be angry about when you lose large fractions of your life, or going to. I got to live 37 relatively healthy years, and then now I don't know if I'll live more. So I don't know how to get out of it, and I think it probably has to begin with trying to at least work on maybe pacing better, et cetera, and so forth. That's a good start, I think, because at least I'll be angry with myself. I'll still be angry that I don't get to do things, but maybe I'll feel less angry at myself and angry that I don't feel as sick. And when I don't feel as sick, at least I'll go, okay, well, I don't feel sick. But then you get caught in that catch-22. You're like, well, I don't feel sick, so I can do things. But when the lesson really is, when you don't feel sick, you should still not do things. That's the real lesson to be learned. And I know this. I know these things. I just don't do it because I want to do things. I want to write. I want to be able to read and do my research and stuff like that. And I think it's important for me to do it. And I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do it later on. So I have to balance that. And it's not like it's a balancing act of how I'm going to spend my time. Like healthy people just can choose to do or not do things. Right. And they can say, well, I'm going to spend 3 hours doing this and 2 hours doing this and 1 hour doing this. It's like, I'm not afforded that opportunity. That's another thing I'm angry at is just this other people just like the laissez-faire attitude they get to have about their time management. But anyways, that's all I really have. I'm stuck, and I'm sure other people feel stuck, and I also have to go because it's 2 minutes until my therapy. And I think my food did arrive. So yeah, it says delivered. So I'm gonna go, and I will see you next week. And oh yeah, I got these new things for my glasses, and I don't know if it's helping or not. It's probably not, but I just wanted them. Okay, bye.